jumping into the last two pillars, so starting with energy. We call energy really kind of the base layer. Energy is another major pillar of power and a critical input into any system. And as I said, it's kind of the base layer for technology and money. The most powerful nations are energy independent. They have access to low-cost energy resources, and they have abundant supply of these resources to enable growth. So similar to tech leadership, energy is a national security priority. And obviously, the Trump administration understands this. Without energy, you don't have industry. And I think you're starting to see, frankly, Germany experiencing this the hard way. And I would say, if you look throughout history, as this chart highlights on the right, energy consumption is essentially a one-way train higher since the first industrial revolution. And each unlocking of new energy sources has tended to coincide with jumps in technological progress. As the Jevons paradox highlights, as it becomes cheaper, we consume more of it. And what's a bit ironic is technological revolutions typically require significant upfront energy investment to actually power that revolution. But then the tech itself tends to make energy cheaper and more efficient, which creates these massive commodity boom bust cycles. And overall, it's why we view energy and its general supply chain as they're cyclical industries, and oftentimes they're poor long-term investments, but they're actually quite good at diversifying a balanced portfolio, particularly when you understand the supply-demand backdrop. And in the context of kind of today, the demand acceleration that's happening is pretty remarkable. So energy demand was already meaningfully accelerating due to supply chain reshoring and electrification, but AI effectively layers on top of that and will be a major driver of increased power and energy consumption. The result of all of this is simply there are a lot of opportunities in this broader energy infrastructure build out, and many of them nicely overlap with the AI and technology pillar, kind of sitting at that intersection of the Venn diagram. An example would be an analog semiconductor player like Texas Instruments. So they provide chips that enable automation, they have content in energy infrastructure, and they also have critical US-based fabrication facilities that make them a huge player in terms of reshoring those supply chains. And so that's the demand side. On the supply side, the US is going to be a lot more focused here underneath the Trump administration. And so expanding supply of foundational baseload energy sources like oil and natural gas will be critical. And also bridging that with nuclear as clear transition solutions. You're seeing more and more Microsoft, Amazon, Meta, and so on are all investing in nuclear capability, basically nuclear-based data centers, which overall it's an important energy source for baseload power. And so all of this allows us, investing in all of that allows us to basically layer on incremental energy sources such as solar technology as well as the battery storage progresses. And so net energy is kind of this base layer that is critical to enable everything that we're focused on.